Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Sunday, November 29th, 2020, and welcome to my newest segment of Markets A Look Ahead. It's going to be lovely, just like you. You are all lovely. All right, with that out of the way, let's talk you and me. What's going on here? We have kind of still a Goldilocks scenario for the stock market. Okay. Couple of other things are going on as well, but let's focus on the stock market right now. The 10-year yield, you all know how important that is. 10-year yield has been relatively stable for quite a while, 0.84, as I am doing this lovely video blog. The dollar remains under pressure. The Dixie, the dollar index, 91.78. And in my opinion, going lower by design. Okay, so let's just look at those two elements. We have a 10-year yield stable, relatively stable here, 0.84, and a dollar that is under pressure and will remain so. I am not saying that we're not going to waver around a little bit, but the trend is lower. So how would that affect the stock market? Higher. Exactly. What else is going on here? Crude oil, which is completely and absolutely disconnected from reality right now with regard to its price action, $45 a barrel, and more than likely going higher. Okay. So we have 10-year yield, 0.84. Stable. We have a dollar under pressure. Crude oil. What will that do to the stock market? How's that look? Okay, we're going higher here. Now again, going back to the market, this does not mean that the market is not going to waver around a little bit. In my opinion, every dip in this market moving forward is a buying opportunity. We know the game. We know how it's being played here. We know the distractions. Look here, don't look here. While central banks are finishing what they started here to inflate and inflate and then inflate more. On top of that, trillions of dollars are going to pour in to this market, to our free fall economic collapse that we are in right now, just to prop up the stock market. Again, the game is simple. They play this up as, okay, we're going to give you some stimulus checks, everybody. But what it really comes down to is just more debt issuance, more debt acquisition, boost up that stock market, weaken the dollar. You understand? That's what this is all about. Period. The end. It's a wealth transfer. I think you understand that. And the final nail in the coffin is going to be a complete meltdown in the debt market, a crisis of the currency on a scale that I think people don't understand. And again, that also will be by design to issue in a new monetary system, a new debt-based economic model, worse, if it can even be possible, than the one we have now, because it'll be about control, more control, digital dollar coming, devalued digital dollar coming. Period. I think we all understand that. Let's talk about the dollar and other assets just real quick. When you look at the dollar weakening here, obviously it's stock market positive. Why? Because it takes more weaker dollars to buy anything, even shares of stock. So it's an illusion. It's an illusion in many ways. So looking at alternative currencies, we had a pretty significant smackdown on Thanksgiving with regard to cryptocurrencies, but Bitcoin right now has recovered substantially. In fact, all the major cryptocurrencies have recovered substantially. Bitcoin is now over 18,000, 18,260 last time I looked, and going much higher. I explained to you how this market works repeatedly, and some of you still don't get it. Some of you want to see cryptocurrencies go to zero. I have no idea why. I guess you love the dollar. No, the dollar is a dying asset by design. You want to stay in that dollar? You go do that. I guarantee you that I will be looking for alternative assets myself. And you will lose. There is just no doubt about that. The dollar, the king dollar, it may be the prettiest lady on the block, but all fiat currencies are going down. All fiat currencies eventually achieve their intrinsic value of zero and must be replaced by a new system. And that's exactly what is going on here. A new system, a new paradigm, an entire new system of rules. It's already being set up here with this merger between corporations and the new American government, the New World Order. And it cannot be stopped. Who pays for it all? You do. If you're a member of the middle class, if you are someone that's already well off or someone that's rich, you're going to benefit from this system. There is no doubt about it. If you're already in the lower rung, which I doubt if you're watching this video blog, well, you're just done anyway. And I don't know what to tell you. I got an itchy nose. Excuse me. Anyway, so that's the scenario. Okay. Let's look again at what's been going on with precious metals here. Gold did hit several new record highs this year. That is going to continue. We understand what has happened to precious metals as of late, especially silver. Silver is extremely volatile in trading. It always is. But again, understanding the mechanism behind it, that the actual physical asset derives value from a derivative, it's completely upside down. It's backwards. It's backwards by design as well. So JP Morgan, okay, I'm going to point my finger at JP Morgan, can continue rigging the market. Think of what an opportunity this is. If we understand that JP Morgan is the largest bank on the planet by assets, okay? If we understand that the largest bank on the planet by assets is deliberately rigging the price of precious metals to the downside, that should give you a perspective, or at least a little bit more of an understanding on the true value of these assets. Exponentially higher. So good. Like I've been telling you forever, let them play their game. We will continue to play ours. It's not going to stop for me. Nothing, and I mean zero, nothing at all, will change my perspective on the fact that these are anti-debt units and we exist in an environment. I mean, I can't even stress this to you enough, or it's hard to get the words out. The distortions that exist across the spectrum of asset classes today, to the downside, to the upside, and everything else in between, is epic. Why? It's the debt bubble. The debt bubble is the greatest threat to humankind on the planet. It's greater than a nuclear exchange at this particular time, and it's going to get much worse. Once the debt bubble bursts, and this is going to be by design, a crisis of the currency. Currency is debt. These are not units of wealth. They are units of debt. Fiat currency, all of it, is owned by the issuing central bank and owed back to the issuing central bank plus interest that they create out of nothing. Okay? The system must be replaced with a new one. Okay? And that is going to happen. It's already being set up here. They already have it. The only issue that we face is, when are they going to issue it? They need to do their usual routine. What is their usual routine? Create a problem on a massive scale, okay? Wait for the reaction and then offer their solution. 3 phases. It's always the same 3 phases over and over and over again. Just like how they're playing the world right now in the scamdemic, the vaccine that they're pushing to the highest order. Their spokesperson, Bill Gates, who says everyone on the planet, everyone should be vaccinated. Not just those that are most vulnerable, but everyone. Everyone should get this vaccine. Okay, well, I guess you're allowed to have your perspective on that, and I have mine. But understanding the mechanism behind the 3 stages is always the same. Create a problem, wait for a reaction, offer a solution. This is what they will do again and again and again as they string the public along. It's always the same. So just look for it. Always look for that pattern of things. Wait for a big problem that they will create, okay? Wait for the public reaction. Then they offer their solution here. That's what they did here with this scam-demic, okay? Create a problem. The virus is obviously real. Make people afraid of it as much as you possibly can. See how they react. Offer a solution, okay? They're going to do the same thing with regard to the debt market, the crisis of currency, the crisis of debt, which is coming down the pike here. And it's going to take most people, not you, because you follow this blog, completely and totally by surprise. It's going to come out of left field. But we can look for signs of this. Again, the biggest tell that we're going to end up in a crisis with regard to the currency is watching the debt market. I've covered this to the point of nauseum for years. Okay, it's not the stock market that you need to worry about. It's the debt market, because the debt market is supporting everything else. Every bubble in this market, every distortion that exists in this market across the spectrum, again, of asset classes is 100% dependent on the debt bubble. Okay, once the debt bubble bursts, everything will become real very, very rapidly. Okay, there is a massive effort underway to keep that debt bubble propped up. Find every reason imaginable to issue more debt into existence, to create dollars out of nothing. And that is the mechanism here. Suppressing interest rates from here to eternity has robbed already the middle class of trillions of dollars in real wealth via the interest earning accounts, only to inflate a massive stock market bubble on the back of the debt bubble, reinflate a housing bubble. You see what's going on here with the dollar. People, all of this is not by accident. None of it. Absolutely none. It's all being engineered in your face. Now, the only question is this: are you going to capitalize on it, or are you going to be destroyed by it? I'll leave you off with that. All right, I think I covered a lot of important things here with regard to this video. I hope it's making sense to you. I would love to hear from you. Please place a comment. I would always love to see a thumbs up if you think this makes sense. And I will see all of you in the morning. And that's it. I'll see you tomorrow.